Okay, this is a call to order. This is the Darien 2020 Bicentennial Committee meeting on Wednesday, January 8th at 11 o'clock, room 119. Welcome, everybody.
Yes, thank you.
He is on the phone. So we are being televised. It is broadcast live and it will be saved as well. So the first order of business is the approval of the minutes. Let me pass out the agenda. There you go. And I've also got some minutes. Thank you, Jamie, again, for writing these up.
You're welcome. Slide mine down. Thank you. Okay.
And I'm not sure, does everybody know Rupa Sethu and Annette Klein? They're heading up the anniversary day. Sorry, on June 12th. Hi, Maggie.
Hey, Maggie.
And Maggie's here, so we now have a quorum.
Hi. So can I make a motion to approve?
I saw yours. I want to be nice.
We'll let everybody read the minutes.
Okay.
Maggie, have you read the minutes?
Yes.
Okay. So let's read the minutes for a minute, and then we can approve them.
I did have a question about the finances and contributions when we talked about the sponsors. Barrett Bookstore is a sponsor, and it wasn't listed on here.
Okay, Barrett Bookstore is a sponsor, definitely.
Yeah, we got the check and everything.
Correct.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Thank
possible
you,
it wasn't
but
put
at the
in,
time you were.
but it was deposited at the same time that somebody else's was. So.
Right. Okay, we can put them down. I'm not sure at the time you wrote the minutes, they were a sponsor.
Okay, let me just see.
But-
Well, Water's Edge and Barrett Bookstore went in the same deposit.
And what is
so.
it in there? Okay, so then please put it in.
So, and they were bronze.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll give a shout out to all our sponsors here, but they're unfortunately, when sponsors come in, we try to get them as quickly as possible, not only in the minutes, but in all our publications. So the poster for the opening ceremony, we had to get that printed earlier, so not all the sponsors are in there. Our program for for tonight is here if you want to pass it around. And we do have all the sponsors in here. And the ads, last week there was an advertisement in the Times, and this week there's an advertisement in the Times. They have all our sponsors as well. So we try to get them in as expeditiously as possible.
It's really hard. Yeah.
It is very hard because you got to work with the printer and you got to work with the graphic designer, and then you're always getting one at the last minute. And can we ping the graphic designer again? Jamie was fantastic in helping us out, and then can the printer hold off? Yes, it's very
Can you
tough to
say
get this
in
over.
there, as of the printing, or can be here,
I
the
guess we
sponsors,
could.
as of the printing?
Yeah.
Because that way, it shows people that
Yeah.
it is, I don't know. if
You could
that's-
say as of, I've done that.
Yeah.
And then the other thing that you can, what is the format of the piece where they are not present? Is it like a huge banner?
I'm sorry, what?
What is it? What is the piece, the promotional piece that you're using that does not have a sponsor or two on it that came in later? Is there something?
I think the banner for the opening ceremony may not have all of them on it.
Is there a place where you could put a sticker? Could you imprint their logo and stick it on because it's from far away? Nobody would even know.
Has all of the,
I know that
Right now.
the UPS people can make one of those posters in one day. 'Cause we had that happen with our benefit where we had someone come in at the very last minute. You go to Mark at UPS, it'll be like $50, but he'll redo you one. A foam core poster, is that what you're talking about?
yeah, we could do that. And
Yeah,
well,
we
we
could
would
do
have
that.
to get Jamie to add it and then get the,
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
she turns things around.
She turns things around really fast. Are there more people from this?
No, the program is good.
Oh, she might
add the
she might even be able to just reformat this and send it, and might just be able to make this poster.
It is.
It is. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So everyone's
Yeah.
on
Opening
this.
announcement?
Yeah, and I think the way that we we termed it as thank you to our first official sponsors.
Right,
So
yeah.
to give the indication that,
Yeah.
They're still
you know,
coming on.
it's our first.
But you're saying there are more
create
people-
extra work.
No, right
Oh, right now
now,
we're
the
good.
program Friday is set. It's good unless somebody suddenly
Oh,
comes
okay. And
tomorrow.
so the poster would have all these people on it. Okay.
The
Yeah.
poster, yeah, the poster in the hall and everything
Yeah.
has them all. The advertisements in the Darien Times has them all. There is a flyer for the opening ceremony that's posted like a roost that doesn't have them all.
In your
We printed a while ago.
In your opening ceremony statement, are you going to be saying thank you to our vote?
Absolutely.
And then you could also add saying, you know, in addition, you know, the new name if they didn't make it on this.
The only way that they would not make it on this is if they come in tomorrow. And I
Okay,
will-
I'm just thinking,
we
you know,
can't
that way
reprint those
people know
tomorrow.
that's why they're not on
They've
there.
had time.
It's
yeah.
Friday, they've had a lot of time.
Yeah.
Can I just ask a kind of a basic question? Do you consider the town of Darien to be a sponsor?
We do a shout out in there, but it's not listed in the.
Okay.
We did discuss this at one
We
point,
did,
because
yeah.
we felt that if it was our organization, right?
Right,
It wasn't-
like if it was
so-
a benefit that we hold and we, whatever, like, the town is sort of a 501c3, and I think we went circularly around this, but I think we said, like, if the Darien Historical Society was hosting a party, they wouldn't list themselves as a sponsor, like,
Yeah.
we wouldn't list ourselves as a sponsor, but we do have a shout out to the town. I thought we were gonna incorporate it in a
Absolutely.
different way.
I guess the only thing that I'd like to say is you list your sponsors because they've given you some kind of a benefit, financial or otherwise, and the town of Darien obviously, seeded the work of the committee, I think with a significant sum of money. So I want to make sure that, I guess the bottom line is I want to make sure that people know that the town is a partner in this.
I know I haven't been part of this conversation, but with the fireworks, we kind of went round and round with this too, because there are taxpayer dollars that are contributing to the fireworks. So similar to this in that I can see your point when you're discussing whether it's a 501c3, but it's taxpayer dollars that were given to the committee. So I think that's
So in
different.
the fireworks, do you list yourself as a sponsor? We
Yeah.
could do
Yeah, we
that.
can.
I don't mean to bring up something that you've already discussed, but I know that, Susan, that's a great point to bring up the fireworks.
Yeah, we didn't in the beginning, and then we realized that because there are taxpayer dollars involved, that's why. So it's
That makes sense.
Yeah, so we did discuss this, we kind of went around and around. We were always going to do a shout out to the town.
Yeah.
In my opening ceremony remarks, I do that. But if you can send me and Maggie how you listed the town for the fireworks, we'll duplicate that. And in all the publications going out from now on, the advertisements will have them in there.
Should we put like the seal for the logo maybe of the town?
That's
And
what.
then-
So I do the fireworks, and that's what.
That's okay, okay.
I can show you. I can show you the logo and.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sounds good. And we're very grateful to the town.
Yeah,
But I mean,
no.
we are part of the
Yes.
town because we also feel like, in a way, we're part of the town,
Town,
right? So
Yeah.
we're kind of the town. I mean, I think this is where we got locked up before. So we were like, the town is giving money to the town. So, but I see where you're coming from. That makes a different point. Like the taxpayers need to understand.
Sometimes it's more about being obvious, because when you're out asking for money, for example, people question, well, why isn't the town
I agree.
sponsoring?
Absolutely.
Why
I
isn't the
agree.
town paying for
Yeah, right.
this? And then you'll be able to say, well, they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Good point. Very good. Good clarification.
Yeah, so if you can,
okay. I
Susan, give whether they were acknowledged in the fireworks.
Jamie's on top of this one.
Oh, okay.
She is the mimic of whatever we use for lately for
And
that.
we have gotten a lot of sponsors, which I'm very, very happy about.
Yeah.
I feel very good. But the town, the money that they gave us in the beginning really set my mind at ease, because I knew with that money we could have the opening ceremony. So that was done before we started getting the sponsors. I was very worried that we wouldn't have enough sponsors lined up
Yeah.
by now to have an opening ceremony. So thank you very much, Town of Darien and HJRA.
Can I ask a clarification? Are they gold? The town is.
The town is,
Five.
they gave 15.
So we're
Maybe they would be a
extend
benefactor or something. Or?
Maybe they're in that.
Yeah, how did you, do you know how you, did you have the different levels for the fireworks, or how did you acknowledge them?
They were a top sponsor of the fireworks as well because of the amount that they supported us with. I just based it off the same as I based the other sponsors.
In our program here, they're somewhere in between this and this. They're kind of right here, right? We don't have a.
This is confusing to me.
Sapphire.
Yeah.
But
Would
during
you like me
foundation-
to say the amount in my shout out?
No,
Just
you
to
don't,
the
that's
town.
During foundation, right?
I think if they're listed as the top sponsor, I don't think the amount is important.
Right.
Just say top sponsor, yeah, okay. Okay, great. Any more discussion on that?
I have a question.
Sure.
So would we make them gold, or because they did give more than gold, and I know you're saying we didn't want to give, would you
I
have
think
that
they would
idea,
have a
maybe
separate-
calling them like a sapphire or something
Yeah, I
else?
think
Like,
they would have.
that's what her idea was, just like giving them something where they're slightly above, like the town has put money into this.
They would have a separate line, we'll see what
Okay,
Susan
perfect.
has and crafted with them. So I don't want them just to be listed as a goal because they did 3 goals.
Exactly. Times 3.
Triple X.
Right. Triple goal.
Triple X.
Yes, triple goal, triple excellent. Has everybody
You
had
can
a
make them
chance?
the honorary. I mean, it's because of the town that we're having this.
well, I like that honorary.
Honorary sponsor.
I don't like honorary because it sounds like that they didn't give money. You know what I mean?
Right.
Honorary sounds like it's just because it's the town's birthday. I think that they should be acknowledged for the whole turkey. That's just my own
Diamond.
Okay.
diamond,
Diamond.
something like that. We'll figure it out. We're all.
Thaddeus Bell sponsor.
Oh, yeah,
That's a neat idea.
So
I like that.
we'll do it another through
Belleville
you, and then you'll approve it.
Okay.
Is that good?
Yeah, that's great. Thank you for your consideration.
Thank you. Like I say, this, I just became very, very much at ease after we got that extra $10,000 because I know now we can do the opening ceremony. Okay, has everybody had a chance to read the minutes? Is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
All those in favor, say aye. Aye. Any abstentions? All those not approving, say no. They will be approved with the addition of Barrett Bookstore, okay? Next, the finances and contributions.
Aside from the town, we have received the checks from sponsors for $18,500, and we're expecting, they've committed another $3,500. So that brings us to $22,000, I think, in sponsor money. Hopefully, when the next mailing goes out, we'll get some more individual donors, because we really haven't gotten any individual donors in a while. So, if anybody out there,
Right.
wants to donate, they're always welcome.
But we have about $2,000 from the individual donors as well, right?
2,100, yeah. So merchandise is moving along. Well, you can say, but I just got some money from merchandise, so that's doing well, and everything's moving fine.
Okay, great.
Any questions?
No. So there are some new charges coming up. We placed color ads in the Darien Times last week and this week for the opening ceremony. So that's 2 weeks, quarter ads. It was $1,330. Do we have a motion to approve that? Second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say no.
When you say
Any
ads, what
abstentions?
did they say?
They're the same as the poster for the opening ceremony.
Front cover.
No, that's new. Hold on.
That my question is there a fee to give on that as well? Is there
Yes,
an ask?
it's this.
But is there a
Didn't we add something, I can't remember, that was breaking for the
I
holidays?
think so, yeah, at the bottom, I'm not sure. But it does look like this. It does have all our sponsors as of today on there. And it will be in the paper. It was in last week's paper as well. So that was that. the opening ceremony, the program, and the inserts, as well as we're going to have a, what is it, 5-foot poster or something like that?
That's not, no, it's not like.
4-foot poster
Like
in the lobby.
Well, to put on the easel.
Yeah, we got an easel. That was $542. Do we have a motion to approve that?
Move.
Seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say no. Okay. Oh, any abstentions? And actually, Mia's on the phone. And thank you very much for calling in, Mia. Mia's a little under the weather today.
Yes. Happy New Year.
Feel better.
Thank you.
According to the town administrator, if you're on the phone, you cannot vote. And you are not counted as a quorum. So we do have a quorum without Mia. So thank you, Mia, but you're not voting today.
But she's wanted to be plugged in, so.
Yes, no, thank you very much. We are going to have a photographer, hope to have a photographer at the opening ceremony.
Did we book her or no?
We did book her. I say hope because we're going to vote on it right now.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Who is it?
We can count.
I was like, wait a minute.
It's Catherine Calderwood.
Calderwood, and she's
Calderwood.
extremely reasonable,
And really good.
really
Yes.
good, and we'll, so.
And we do have access. It's not like you got a couple of prints and then she owns it. We do have access
Gives
to
a
her
giant
files.
gallery, so.
Yes.
Yeah, and she has a web design business.
Yes, she does.
She just redid the web page for Mary Wade, which was really fantastic looking.
She does the photography at the Community Funds Volunteer Lunch. So if anybody's been to that with your volunteer, she's the one that takes you out into the courtyard and takes your picture out there. So.
Does she, this is a little bit off topic with the event and the photographer, does she do social media?
No,
I don't think
we have a
so.
different social media.
Okay, I'm going to talk about that later.
But she will provide like a gallery that can be reused, and
Yeah,
you know, she doesn't,
absolutely.
not gonna be like, here's, like she doesn't charge for photos, she's extremely reasonable.
No, absolutely. She is extremely reasonable. She'll be at the reception and at the opening ceremony, and her cost was for everything, for editing and taking the pictures, was $450. Do I have a motion to approve?
Pictures for the beach.
Is there a motion to approve?
I move.
Is there a second? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say no. Abstain. It's been unanimously approved, so we will have a
And what was the amount? I'm sorry.
$450.
She also did the photos from the Wheat Beach Fest last year, they were pretty good.
Yeah.
Very good.
It was awesome.
Wow.
Like she said, she sent me the whole album and you could pick through and download them. They were fantastic.
So I think we're doing really well. Thank you, Libby, for the finances. So $21,000 in sponsorship and $2,000 in individual contributions. And I think we have, those are the checks we've received. I think we actually have commitments for more than,
Well, no, the 21 includes the commitments.
Oh, that does, okay, that
The
does.
two, we haven't gotten in yet.
okay, fine. Okay, so I would like to do a shout out for all the sponsors. Thank you to the town of Darien for our triple gold sponsorship, or what, sapphire, whatever we're going to call it. The gold commitments, the Baywater Properties, Crestwood Advisors, the Water's Edge at Giovanni's, DR Bank, Hollow Tree Self-Storage. Hollow Tree Self-Storage was very, very generous. They were a silver sponsor. We bumped them up to gold because we got the birthday cake. It's about a 7-foot birthday cake, and they agreed to store it in one of their lockers for a year. So we'll be able to use it throughout the year. So we bumped them up to gold.
That's great.
That was really good. Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
The silver donation was the Rand Insurance, and the bronze donation is Barrett Bookstore and Brown Thayer Shed Insurance Agency. So thank you, everybody. For individual contributions, again, put on the bottom of the check, Darien 2020 Bicentennial, and address it to the town of Darien, 2 Renshaw Road, Darien, Connecticut, 06820. Attention, 2020 Bicentennial Committee.
And the platinum benefactor. The platinum benefactor. The platinum benefactor.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. And of course, the Platinum Benefactor is the Darien Foundation, and they're sponsoring in total the Heritage Trail, which includes all the markers. So that's a very,
That's
very big,
amazing.
Wow. Yes.
very huge contribution.
That's awesome.
So thank you to the Darien Foundation as well.
Can I just make a point
Sure.
that we're still taking sponsors.
Absolutely,
Anybody
yes.
who wants to get involved, there's still, this is only event number 1, and there's still 3 more events and lots more town-wide mailings going out and things like that.
Publicity.
So I want.
That's why I like Susan's idea of somewhere to say as of a date. So that might give people an indication
That's not,
as
yeah.
of now, but
It's
we're
not
still.
too late. I don't
yeah.
want them to feel like it's
Yeah.
too late to be
Yeah.
a sponsor because
I think that's
Like,
a
we're
good
all
point.
set.
celebration.
Yeah.
That would be a good point to make. You're probably going to do that, but at the ceremony to be like, we're
Yeah.
still welcoming sponsors. We have lots of opportunities. Please.
Can you review for me the sponsorship levels that you've created?
Yeah, it's $5,000 is a gold,
2,500 is
silver,
silver and
1,000.
1,000 is bronze.
Yeah, I'm just thinking like all the different things that went with them. And I'm like, that was a big old spreadsheet. But basically,
They have different levels. Obviously
different levels of exposure. Yes.
Everybody who attends the opening ceremony will receive this pamphlet.
Correct.
Yes.
We printed
Would it-
500 and there's 470 seats in the auditorium.
What if you took a 8.5 by 11 sheet and printed the sponsorship form twice and just chopped it in half and had one at every single seat? Or you gave it with every single program to every person who walked in that door?
So every single person will get a program with the sponsor sheet in
She's
there.
saying to
The
sign up to
potential
be a sponsor.
to be a
Oh,
sponsor.
I'm sorry.
I mean, you've got a captive audience, and you want to say, you want people to know that you're still taking sponsorships.
That would be pretty easy to ask to get that to the printer today. We already have it, the flyer.
I'm not sure everybody should get them, but I think they should be.
Or a donation.
Well, if you're handing them out in a flyer, you've got to give it to everybody. I mean, into the bulletin.
Right, but I'm
No,
not sure.
he's-
And you have like a
They're saying-
donation form or something?
Or you can
Anybody
take
somebody's
somebody
not gonna be a
take a
sponsor
sponsorship
but
form.
wants to be.
I don't think
$100?
I don't think people will take them. I think you give them the brochure. It's another stop. They want to get their seat. You know, it's just another piece of paper. It's not. You know, I think you got a chance. I think it's worth the investment. And that's just my personal opinion.
Or if not
So,
the
just so you
sponsorship,
know-
what about the mailing? Why-
So that, just so you know, there's a mailing that you should get in the mail hopefully today, asking for donations, and it's got a remittance envelope in it as well.
Yeah, so that's, I think that's fine.
So I think that's good. I'm a little
Also, if
hesitant
you've gone to the,
to ask, people who come to the ceremony for $1,000 and $2,500. That's really meant more for the corporate
Yeah, I mean, the
sponsorship.
form is really targeted to
Yeah,
sort of
it's not meant
businesses.
for-
No.
And it
Yeah.
went, so we did send it to like virtually every business in the
Yeah.
town, basically. And it went out via the chamber, right? So we have, each business hopefully got it through 2 different avenues.
Right. We sent 750 mailings just to businesses in the town
Yeah, we called it
with the
down.
form.
Right.
Tap.
and the different levels. As far as individual contributions, which are the majority of the people who are going to be in the audience, there should be a mailing coming today with a remittance envelope in it.
Also, I think if you've
It's
gone
a
through that
trifold.
trouble and expense to do the envelope, you almost kind of
Yeah.
want them to do that than to slip a paper on their desk.
Well, maybe you can say something
Yeah,
in your
that-
remarks. Hope
it-
you're
I can
all.
say
I
something.
think you ought to have
Found in your
then,
mailbox.
when you're doing the intro, you could say, and everybody in this room, you might have received in your mail, just the other day, this very,
It's a good idea.
mailer, and have it in your hand. Don't just say the mailer. Have it in your hand, hold it up and show people, and show them that there's a remittance envelope in there. Because, you gotta lead them down, you really have
How
to
about
lead
if-
people down the path.
How about if we have extra ones, have them on the tables as they're coming and going in and out, on the tables in the lobby as they're.
We have
Did
someone taking donations
ones.
right there.
We
Yeah.
have some in taking, there
But
will
also if we
be,
have the
Yeah, no, I think
envelope
that's a
level
good
ones, that
Did
way
you get
people
overruns?
grab it.
Do you have overruns?
we do, we do have some other ones.
So Al, bring those to the table.
No thanks,
Extras at the
that's
table where I am,
Okay.
because they have to stop and. buy all these
How
hats.
many overruns did you get?
I haven't picked them up yet,
Oh,
but they are at the printer. She said I can pick them up. Yesterday, she said I can pick them up.
We should have them at the
There's
ceremony.
over
Can I have a
There's a-
suggestion.
there's a good
It's like
amount.
$20 for the printer to deliver them to you. You should just, I mean, it's not like it's hundreds of dollars.
If
Do
we
you
need it
want-
by Friday morning, I've got to get over there today.
Okay, all
I
right.
can't, you know, we're 40 hours away from this ceremony.
Breathe.
It's
what
a
I'm saying,
little
do we wanna
change,
just
it's a
have
little
a friend
change to
bring
make a
them?
lot of, little late to make a lot of changes.
Do
Yeah,
you want
I
me to
agree.
get them for you? Would you like me to get them for you?
Sure,
Oh.
yes, just say yes.
I'll talk to you later.
Okay.
Susan, you're the best.
I mean,
Um,
there's-
nice. As a donor,
As long as
always,
it's, I'm not going to Bethel.
yeah, as a donor, it's always nice to know what my money's going towards. So if you could just give a couple examples when you're making the plea for money, I think you're more likely to get money if you say, you know, we do have. We're just basically keep asking for money, but we aren't explaining exactly
Right.
Exactly.
what the
Yes,
money's
true.
being used for. So I'm not saying you have to, you know, give the whole list, but just pick a couple things. For example, blah, 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 the birthday cake or the this or the that. So people get some sense of, okay, well, that's why they need some money. Again, I don't mean to
Absolutely.
criticize, I'm just saying, it's a little bit more tangible when you know what you're giving money towards.
And that point that we make in all the letters, which is, all the events are free and open to the public, except the reception, because of, you know, wonderful donations that have helped keep this going.
And the stuff we've been giving at the library, the town forums, we do say all the events, and we do say, you know, about 80% of, we do that, put in the letter as well, 80% of our expected funding is due to donations.
But I want to know what the money's going to be used for.
Yeah, we
I
do
think
say the events.
basically
and
they're
everything.
the celebrations, and also there's so many communication elements. I think that's a big
Yeah.
expense, like this and the advertisements of,
Yeah.
you know, getting the word out.
Yeah.
In my welcoming speech, we do do a shout out to all the town and also all the sponsors.
Right.
And we do say some of the events that, and I will mention that
I
this
think
is
that
what
we
it's
can
going
add a
to.
line too about
Yeah,
like
you know
all
what
this
I'm
money.
saying. Where's the money going? The money's going to
And we'll
the
pick up,
events.
we'll pick up some extra
Let's come up with 5 more
envelopes,
things to give out.
envelopes and put
Okay.
it on the table where they're selling merchandise. And, yeah, I think that's good.
That's a great idea.
Okay. So for the opening ceremony, that's with the finances. Actually, the thank you letters are going out. We're busy writing them. So now the next event is the opening ceremony. Fortunately for us, the reception is completely sold out. So that is good. We will have a piano player there and a bass player, as well as hot hors d'oeuvres and wine will be served as well. There'll be a slideshow presentation.
Get to the DCA from inside here, does everyone have to
Absolutely.
walk
Yeah,
right
so I will make an
Kind of a
announcement.
squirrely way, but you can.
Yeah.
I will make an announcement that there's 2 ways to do it. You can go through 2 back doors adjacent to the stage.
Okay.
After the ceremony, Susan and Kate will be at the doors manning them. I will tell people this is how you get down there, but they'll be there for assistance. If anybody is handicapped or needs or would like to use the elevator, Martha's going to be at the elevator with 2 ushers, and she's going to be helping people into the elevator. So the elevator, you have to go back into the lobby, and then as you go into the lobby, you make a left. But she's going to be directing people to the elevators, and then we're going to have people stationed at the doors to get down to the reception. So you can either walk down like 2 flights of stairs, or you can take the elevator. Or you could walk all the way around, but nobody wants to do that in January.
Yeah.
After the reception is over, we're going to make sure that the custodian does not lock up until everybody is out of the reception, because we want them to come back through those doors or back through the elevator into the auditorium and then to leave through that way. We don't want them to leave through the parking lot and have to walk all the way up, back and around.
Yeah.
So I'm meeting with the custodian knows this, and Public Works knows this. I'm meeting with Public Works at 1 o'clock today, just to reinforce that. So they have to keep the auditorium open so that everybody can egress comfortably.
Will you be able to go, because I'm assuming a lot of people might just park at the DCA, people who have the tickets, and come through that way. Will they be able to do that?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, those doors will be open as well.
Okay, okay.
But then they'll have to go around to the beginning to get to the hall.
Because many might park over near the senior center, so figure that's why they'll have to go up through the lobby, past
Yeah.
the flagpole and back.
So if they park at the DCA, they still have to come in the front door, is what you're saying?
No,
Yeah.
they wouldn't have to, the back doors are likely to be open.
I guess you could
Right.
come through the back door, yeah.
Yeah, the
I'm not
street,
sure.
yeah.
People will figure it out.
Yeah,
Sure, yeah.
but I'm gonna make announcements at the end, as well as at the end of
It's
the
not that
reception.
far.
Yeah, no, it's just, but I think that's a good point. If some people park by town hall and then they don't want to have to go all the way around the outside. Good point, Alice.
Yeah, and at the closing of the opening ceremony, I will make announcements that we have people staffing the doors. And at the closing of the reception, we'll have people staffing the doors as well, and I'll make an announcement then, so I think that's good.
And luckily, we don't have to worry about a snow day.
I know, I'm very
Oh,
excited
don't
about
say,
that.
oh,
Snow
hopefully not.
day, it looks like everything doesn't look
Yeah,
Friday
so
night.
Like 58
It's gonna be warm, right? Yeah.
So, of course, Scott Pilley will be here presenting for about 25 or 30 minutes. Jamie's going to make a speech. I'm going to make a speech. The Tudor singers are on board. The slideshow starts at 6:30. The Tudor singers will start at about 6:50. The actual ceremony will start at about 7 o'clock. The program is there. I'll make some opening remarks. After that, the Boy Scout Troop 53 will march up and present the colors. The Boy Scouts will lead the audience in the Pledge of Allegiance. Then the Tudor singers and the Boy Scout and the audience will sing the national anthem. After that, everybody, Boy Scouts and the Tudor singers will exit. And I'll make some opening remarks again, welcome everybody. Jamie will make welcome to Darien's Bicentennial. Then I'll introduce Scott. Afterwards, Scott will be in the lobby to sign books and sell books with the bookstore. The Tudor singers will come back up for a closing song and a rousing happy birthday with the audience. So that's it.
Will Scott be at the reception?
Scott will also be at the reception, yes. And we hope that he'll quickly sign books, get them to sign them done. So yeah, but he's absolutely planned to be at the reception.
If the tickets are sold out, the advance tickets, you're selling tickets at the door still?
No, we are not.
You're not, so it's done.
Correct. We are at, there's a fire code.
Yeah,
We
I
are at
understand.
capacity.
And what is that number? How many people are coming?
There's 100 people coming. And then there are other, like the piano and the bass player, and some of the servers who will be serving the hors d'oeuvres and the bartender. So those are a little bit extra of them.
That's a good number.
So there's actually 100 actually 100 guests, and then there's other staff as well.
Is the $45 in advance covering all the costs?
Yes.
Or were you making money on it?
This is
It's
sponsored.
not, so it's very important, yeah, it's very important. The reception is not sponsored by the 2020 committee. It's not sponsored by the town.
I see.
The town really is not a part of that. All the tickets were sold, and the planning and everything was done by the Arts Center and the Darien Historical Society.
Okay.
So those two organizations are sponsoring the reception. As far as the opening ceremony, the town is sponsoring, handling all of that. So it's a definite line of demarcation.
Chinese wall.
Correct.
Separation.
It's a Chinese wall.
And Al, I know we're probably going to get to this when Sarah gives her talk about the merchandise and the youth involvement, but Sarah is going to be there with a lot of her students who are going to be ushers, and also they're going to be selling that 2020 merchandise. The kids who actually did the logo, right? Yeah, but I know that that's for another agenda item, but they'll be out in the hall with Scott
So,
as well.
yeah, do you want me to jump into that now? No, we'll go.
I have a question. Will people
Let's
just
just
be able to
finish
check
it.
in at the door? Or do they need to bring their little,
It said bring it, I think.
So, now, if you're talking, let's go to the opening ceremony first.
Okay.
So the opening ceremony is general admission.
right?
However, for some of the dignitaries, as well as all the committee members, as well as people from the Historical Society, our town historian, Ken Reese, they will get name tags from Kate Larson at the, in the lobby. She'll have a desk there. So she will hand you your name tag. Also, there are reserved seating, so all the official committee members, the dignitaries, and some other people from the Historical Society and so on will have reserved seating. Other than that, it's general admission. The Boy Scouts have reserved seating, and the Tudor Singers also have reserved seating. There's going to be over 30 Tudor Singers. So you'll get your seat assignments. We do have ushers there. They'll give you your seat assignments. Additionally, on the seat, thank you, Caroline, and the library for printing all of these. Signs like this. This is a reserve sign, Tudor Singers. But your name will be on there.
Oh.
So if you're coming with someone else, a spouse or a child or whatever, your name will be on 2 seats.
Who's handling those?
I'm sorry?
Who's handling those because that's paid?
Caroline printed all of these up, and I will put them on the
I'm
seat.
just realizing, I just want
We
to
will
make
put them on
sure
the
if
seat.
any of the sponsors are sending,
The Darien Foundation will be sitting there.
but any of the gold, silver,
No,
or bronze.
other than that, no.
Also, the balcony has to be 12 and over.
Yes, anybody, the ushers will take care of that, but anybody sitting on the balcony has to be 12 and over. So I know I talked to people who are on the opening ceremony, but we do have a schedule which I'll give to everybody, minute by minute schedule for the opening ceremony, which I'll pass out like tomorrow or probably tomorrow. So you'll get this. Is there any other questions about the opening ceremony?
No, I just want to, I don't know when a good time to pass these are proclamations and recognitions from Congressman Himes and Governor Lamont.
Oh, wonderful.
Nice.
Well, thank you very much.
I
So,
imagine you would want to recognize.
absolutely. I absolutely will put this in my opening remarks. Great, thank you very much. Anything else about the opening ceremony? Okay, then the next item on the agenda, I think we can skip off anything for Anniversary Day. And birthday bash, I think we're good.
Yeah, the only question I had was, now that we have the infamous giant cake, we need to redo the banners, and I got the quote for that, and I didn't know if we needed to vote or if we just wanted to approve it, or I
No, I think we
don't want
should
to
vote.
dilly-dally too long.
Absolutely, let's vote on that.
All right, so it'd be $468 to redo, and it's the same person who did them the first time, so they should look extremely consistent. He's familiar with the cake.
Oh, nice.
I move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor, I'm
Just a
sorry.
quick question. We do have the middle banner,
Yeah.
right?
I took that out.
Oh, you have it?
Mhm.
Okay, great.
So
Yes.
then
Okay.
There's 3 banners, it's a 3-layer cake. The top banner and the bottom banner will have our name on it instead of Salem. The middle banner doesn't have it, it just says happy birthday or something like that, so that's why we don't have to do the middle banner. So 3-layer cake.
460.
What would have-
468.
would it have
468.
this Logo on it?
Logo on it?
Yes.
Okay,
Well,
all
I'll
those,
have him draft up. I don't have like the I don't have the graphics done yet. Like he pretty much just gave me an estimate, but he'll redo the logo because they had the logo too, so he'd just be replacing it with ours.
The art if you need it.
Okay, thank you.
all those in favor of $468 for banners for the birthday cake, say aye. All those opposed? Nay. Any abstentions? No, thank you, Jamie, and Salem, Connecticut.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Salem.
thank you.
And actually, they gave me the name of a town who is having their 200th anniversary in 2021.
Oh, yes.
Pass it on. We'll have to take good care of it.
October, let's see, October 25th.
Al, can I ask, is there any, for lack of a better word, decor that's going to be here at Town Hall, outside the front doors for Friday night? Is there any recognition of the Bicentennial logo?
So, the decorations, we will have bunting across the stage. As far as recognition of the logo, all 3 students will be in attendance, hopefully.
Yes.
And they have reserved seating. We're seeing if all their parents are coming, but their parents have reserved seating as well, and I will ask them to stand up and recognize them by name. as well as on our slideshow presentation, they're recognized.
I'm just thinking, we can talk later, that I wonder if we should be acknowledging for the year on our building somehow our 200th birthday.
Yeah, that would be great.
If we can get a flag and put it on the flagpole
Yeah, oh, that would
below
be-
the American flag.
Or Maggie, you know
That would be
the
a good
banner
idea.
that you have on the side of the house?
Yeah.
For Gilded Age?
Yeah.
Could you do like something like that outside, on either side of the front doors?
Let's talk about that. I
Okay.
mean, it'd be very nice.
Yeah.
Great idea.
I think a flag, not.
Is the slideshow on a loop?
It's timed exactly for 20 minutes.
Okay.
Exactly.
If you want to see it, you should be there.
Because after that, the tutor singers are going to sing.
Okay.
So we're on a tight schedule. However, for in the reception, it will be on a loop. So for the opening ceremony, it's timed.
Can you keep it on the reception monitor all year?
Well, that's down at the Art Center.
At the Art Center?
No,
Oh,
and I thought you meant in town hall.
In the 12-hour auditorium, there'll be a screen.
There's
No.
one on the outside,
In
like that
the,
shows the
in the
meetings.
Yeah.
front
Oh, right.
Yeah.
hallway, could it be on the loop constantly except for meetings?
I think Channel 79 would have something to say about that.
Yeah.
The monitor is broken.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately, it's not showing TV 79. But if somebody wants to try hooking up a DVD player to it and see if it can work again, we're welcome to use it.
That's something we can do. So any more discussion of the opening ceremony? Heritage Day?
I'd like to thank Al publicly.
Anniversary? Very exciting.
I'd like to thank all of you.
Yes,
Because
everybody
you all have
did.
done a great job.
Very
Great job.
So what's next on the agenda? Logo and education and merchandise. So-
Education, we're working on that. I'll make that short and brief. We're working on it. I'm meeting with some middle school parents later today. They are so excited to get their kids involved, which is really great, because that's the one age group that I have the hardest time getting into. Elementary kids, they're all over it. So I'm in the middle of third grade classes at the Historical Society. I have all of our stuff out. I have a whole table, and the parents and the teachers are looking at it. It's great. So education, we're working on it. A couple of events coming up later in the spring. Jeopardy Darien, that'll be fun.
Oh, nice.
So we're gonna do that in the spring and in the fall. In terms of the logo, as you've seen, we've had the hats and the t-shirts. I sort of walk around with my bag. Yesterday I had to deliver 2 hats to somebody that works at town hall that I know, and I had a couple of extra, and by the time I left I had 0 hats in the bag. And so I keep selling out on everything. I have a new shipment coming in with the ivory hats, white hats, and these hats. It's a combination of the logo, or you get 068-200. It's kind of fun to see the different people buying them. There is a website because the newspaper put my personal email in there. So that's no longer valid. It is Darien2020merch@gmail, and I've had people emailing me, so I deliver it to your mailbox. I shouldn't say that, but yes. So email me, and I'm bringing hats to all kinds of people. So I'm getting a lot of activity with that. Oh, it's me. We will have a table at the opening ceremony that is going to be manned by the 3 students who designed it. So that's where we're going to have a lot of, I want to have that. I'm trying to get some of the original drawings prior to the finalized one done on little posters so they can see the transformation of where it's come from, but I can't guarantee. What else? The merchandise will be available at the beginning of the opening ceremony, and at the end of the opening ceremony, when some people are going down to the reception, all those who aren't are going to have to walk by the table again. So yeah, we'll have the envelopes for donations there as well.
Right.
And the students will actually be there the entire time of the reception. So when those people leave and come back through the auditorium, we'll catch them when they leave. So they're there all night.
And Sarah's like
not
cash
the
and
opening.
check?
I'm sorry.
Cash and check?
Cash and check made payable to the town of Darien. And cash, I just give it to you. We have a couple of other items we're working on. It's a slow process because we want to make sure that we sell what we have. So Suzanne and I are working on an actual ornament. I don't know if any of you have seen. It's funny. The town of Darien, way back when I was growing up, they had different places in town, Tilly Pond, all those things. We have the company that is designing one with our logo that will be available probably come July. We probably won't do it before. Well, maybe we'll have it for the birthday bash. That's our new goal, the birthday bash, not July.
Sounds fun.
And in terms of the shopping bag, we'll get there. It's a process. There's a lot of different opinions on what kind of shopping bag we should have. But we'll get there. We will have stickers on Friday, 3-inch stickers that have the logo, so you can put them on your cars or anything else you want. Magnets are coming. So,
Great.
T-shirts? I saw t-shirts.
oh, I have t-shirts. I have
Yes.
lots of t-shirts. So the t-shirts have the logo in the front, and then established 1820 Darien established at the back, and we have it reversed. The middle school has a whole box of them. T-shirts will be here as well. But those are slow going. There are various places in town that have offered to start to sell them. They will get, they'll get a handful after Friday. There we go.
Good job.
Great.
Thank you.
Excellent, Sarah, yeah,
So
thank you
yeah,
very
I'm
much.
really excited for these students. The students will be there Friday, and their parents will be at the opening ceremony, not later. So, yeah, if we can give a shout out, I'd really love
Absolutely,
that.
yes, we will do that.
And they're all graduating seniors, so it's really exciting.
They're also featured in the slide presentation.
Oh, good.
Yeah, we had them holding up 2020. and
Right,
we
I
had
did
them
that,
names.
okay, yeah.
Right,
Great.
yeah, on the slides as well. So everyday direct mail, we should be getting today, hopefully, was mailed out last week, I think. Everybody, every resident in Darien should be getting a trifold. It looks really nice. It has all our events and with a remittance envelope. Excuse me, Wee Beach Festival, we talked about. Historical marker project, we've got 4 just about written up, but, you know, we're gonna send everything through.
We need to jam on that this month.
We do, yeah, absolutely. We'll talk about that. Sponsorships and town website communication. That we talked about. I'm going to be presenting to the Darien Land Trust on Monday, and actually to the Mather Senior Center on Wednesday, about all their events and everything. We did a bunch of these with the library in November, the Darien Depot, Human Services Planning Council. We did them at Town Hall, so we've done a bunch of these. Rotary Club we did last month as well. The men's group, Dave Pollitt did. And that's about it.
Are you looking for more opportunities?
Not really. No, we did 3.
He's exhausted.
We did 3 general, I think we did 3 general admittance, and then we did do half a dozen or more special committees or special organizations.
Yeah, I was just
So I
gonna suggest
think-
realtors at their sales
We
meetings.
could do, we could do the realtors. What do you
Actually,
think?
I have a meeting with someone who's doing an article from the Board of Realtors, I think, next week. So
Julie Peters maybe, or,
I'm not sure. I have her on my
Yeah.
calendar.
I
But,
actually did one at our office.
we just had a chat about it.
okay.
I think, I was a little hesitant because the town forums weren't that well attended. But if it's a specific organization, a board or something like that, then I'd be very open to it. But to have it
Yeah,
again
they
in
have
a town
weekly
forum,
sales
we weren't.
meetings and sometimes with
Yeah, sure.
speakers, so
We
you
could do
could
it.
get on their agenda.
Definitely, yeah, we could definitely do it. The display case has been started. They're gonna add a lot more stuff, but we have it starting this month. So they had a lot of merchandise in there. It's in the, have a look, it's right in the lobby. I think that's about it. Is there any other just general discussion? Anybody want to say anything?
I think if I could suggest that we could do more on social media. My experience recently with promoting chamber events is that through Instagram, I've driven, our Instagram paid advertising has driven an awful lot of traffic to the chamber website and our calendar. Amazingly, I can just see it spikes. And I think that if we did do some kind of an Instagram, Facebook campaign, and drove people to the website for the Bicentennial and the merchandise opportunity,
Yeah.
it would be worth it. It's very cost effective. I mean, we spend maybe we'll put maybe $250, $300. Sidewalk sales, we put $500 into it. It was very effective.
Okay.
I have to agree, because I had a day where I had some merchandise out, and I took the initial postcard and I had both sides out. Somebody goes, "Oh, what's going on?" And I said, "Didn't you read your mail?" And he said, "No, why isn't it on social media?"
I really think that
Yeah, I mean, that's a good comment.
I read my mail, so I love getting all this mail, so I appreciate all of that, but obviously,
Yeah.
one instance.
the thing that I found is that, you know, you could use this image, but this image, you can't have what's below because it's too text heavy. So Facebook won't, you know, approve it as an ad. You won't get the kind of traction. What you do is, for more information, go to, with all this would be, you know, there with the link. You could almost use this and hire a firm to do a professional campaign delivery. You know, I could look into it.
I don't even know if you need to hire a firm. I mean, I think you could just.
Well, for us, you know, I've boosted all I wanted, but you know what? When I've hired Noble House, who does our website and helps us with our web design, it's been really effective. And then I've gotten a report about the relevance, and I know that who we targeted, it has been delivered.
Right. I mean, I'm just saying that you can also, we've just done it on our own, and it's like $35 for like a week long. I'm just saying, given we've gotten a lot of sponsors, but we've got a long way to go. We don't have an online forum. We've got to really be cost conscious. So I'm just saying that, like, you can really make it far with
Well, you could do 100. You could do 35. I mean,
we could do 35 and do the Darien zip code. I mean, the thing about the Facebook thing is that, just knowing from having done those promos, like, you give them the zip code and it ends up being in like Sheldon and Hartford and stuff, because the zip code, like Darien is such a small population for them to fulfill it. So I think 500 for this celebration would be an awful lot of money on Facebook, because you can get.
I was just throwing that out.
I'm just saying that we could do it very inexpensively, but we have someone doing our social media. Couldn't we have that?
Yeah, we do have somebody now doing social media.
She's
just starting out. There's approvals through the town and everything, which we got.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I agree, it's super effective if we want to look at
Yes,
allocating a budget,
absolutely.
but it's something that I feel like that's the kind of thing that might be something that we could do in an inexpensive way, given that we don't need Facebook to reach across the country for us. I mean,
Hey Al, this came in my Instagram today.
Yeah, right.
But it's a lot bigger than it needs to be.
Yeah,
It
okay.
needs to be edited.
Yeah, I was gonna say we should
So
tell
I
her, you
just
can
sent-
actually
Just
use
be
that
really-
photo. She didn't realize that she could use the whole photo. I think she didn't realize.
I mean, we can let her know, perhaps that there's a
to
budget,
reformat,
like to boost
Yeah,
things,
absolutely.
that she can do that.
It ought to go,
Yeah,
and you
She's
could start
very,
with
very
this
good. I gotta say,
Friday morning.
Michelle's excellent with social media, but I just said, can you do this really quick? Last night I just emailed her, so she just put it out there, and I sent it back. So she didn't really have time to edit it, but I think in the future, we'll talk to her. And this is not my world. So.
We still don't have online, I mean, it's really, I've just noticed a huge drive in donations coming in online this year, even more than last year.
Yeah, we have no online, but I don't think we're gonna get that.
You're not gonna get, I think we've
Yeah.
exhausted
I know we've
every
exhausted it,
possible.
it's just a shame, because I feel like there's just so many people
Right.
see it on Instagram, it says donate here, it comes in, and, you know.
It's a big portion of the.
It's just a huge,
Yeah.
There are a lot of people who would
every
donate
year.
that won't bother to sit down and write a check. So we're
We're
gonna
leaving
lose out
money
on
on the
that.
table for
Yeah.
And I come
Yeah.
across people who are like, what's going on? Why don't I know anything? And I'm like,
I've had a few too.
Yeah, but they don't read their mail. There's a whole 40 and below. I mean, it's
this person's my age and in real
Yeah.
estate. But regardless, it wouldn't hurt to actually just cut this off and send it out Friday morning and say tonight with this. Even if the people don't go, you'd be like, oh my God, we couldn't handle all the people who would come. But, just the awareness and the information, and it's the immediacy. You've worked really hard to hit the people in advance. The people who read the paper, you've hit the people
Who read their mail.
But the ones who are going to respond to the social media are the last minute. And they're the ones that you could get and just say, happening tonight, or launching, or opening ceremony. Happy birthday, Darien, opening ceremony tonight. And $25 in Darien.
Linked to, yeah. Like, I'm assuming that everything that was in the paper ended up online, and then that could be linked, I don't know. I agree with that.
Yeah, but also perhaps like those of us who have organizations and email blast ability, like through Constant Contact or whatever, maybe we could kind of do the same to get the word out as well if we have time. But
A reminder that those that can't make it will be on 79 Live also.
Also, remember, this is the kickoff, so yes, we want a lot of people, but it's okay that,
it's a whole year.
we have from now until next October to engage people also. So it's great to get them right now, but I think this people will say, whether they come to it or not, I'm going to make sure I have the next one on my calendar. So let's make it a positive and say, this is when our promotions are going to start.
With the social media too, you can tag everybody.
And I also think that we were suffered partly just because it's right after the holidays.
Yeah.
I mean, there are people who haven't even dug out, like myself.
You could
So
tag
this is the kickoff for everything.
organizations.
we're also exploring getting an ad into that the Motley magazine for the. I'm still with the holidays kind of like interrupting things, but okay. But so that's a big communications vehicle that we'll be able to get.
And it comes with some e-blasts and stuff.
Yeah, in exchange for a media sponsorship.
For the opening ceremonies, have you invited anybody like the Darien Canyon Magazine, Serendipity, any of those media outlets to attend and cover, especially the reception afterward?
I know the Darien Times are coming.
I've been like consistently putting out to the town's thing, but actually I'm going to be talking to the Motley media contact today, and I'll definitely invite.
Yeah, sometimes they love to
typically
cover
with that
those.
you have to pay to get them to cover. I know from having them cover our events, a lot of times to get in their column thing, you have to pay their photographer. It's like $1,200 to come, and then it guarantees you to be in their thing. It's different from the olden days where like a scoop reporter would show up.
Right.
So all of them, they have this new thing like Look and Motley and all. I think that's a great idea. I think it would be great if we could get the press there, but with the magazines, it's a cost involved, and then it would show up in an issue. I mean, it would be great. Maybe we should. That's what we're working for the thing you're working on with Motley.
Right, and the thing is too, if the photographer's there and we get really great images, we'll be able to submit them to, how they like have these photos of parties and things like that, and like that kind of thing. So.
And to get in their magazine, you can use their photographer, I'm pretty sure.
Right, okay. And I've been also told that we can possibly write something ourselves, like an article about that, but I still have not talked to my contact there. Yeah, I do that.
But it might be worth paying the $1,200 to have one of them exclusively as part of the deal, have them cover the Beach Festival Bash, so that would be in the magazine in like September, right before the closing, right before Heritage Day and all that. I mean, that's something we can explore.
If you can guarantee it's in September.
Yeah, you can. You can write it into the contract, like which issue and all of that. I guess we'd have to look at their publishing dates because it's June 6th.
Yeah.
July, August, September, October. I think it was March, April. Anyway, we'll figure that out.
Okay, anything else for general discussion?
I'm going to send out another email to the press about the about the event.
You know who
with
has an
presents.
in News 12 is Mila's assistant at the Nature Center. Her assistant used to work at News 12.
Oh, great.
And so it might be worth asking her if she can have her assistant like.
Okay.
Also, I think we'll get, I mean, Channel 79 will people will be able to have watched the opening ceremony. So I think that will also be the, we'll get a lot of traction from that as well.
Rebroadcasting.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good, I know there'll be at least about 150 people there even before the general public, just, the dignitaries and the people who accepted the reception, the tour group. Just that before the general public, there'll be about 150 or more people. So we're hoping for a big
All
turnout.
are welcome.
It may sell out, you never know. So anything, other discussion? And I'll see everybody Friday night or before if you're working on it. And thank you very much. I'm closing out. Is there a motion to close out? Motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second, is there a second? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say no. Any abstentions? Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you, Al.
Thank you.